today. Now, today I got something really special. I usually, have the opportunity to speak with some amazing folks that transition. But today I get to not only speak with somebody that transitioned from the military into law enforcement and into the corporate world, but a fellow author. This is awesome. So Anton Doerig is going to be with us today. And it's going to be, look, I'm going to tell you right now, Leadership, Safe and Secure. You got to get the book right now before we even kick this off. But I'm super excited to welcome to the show, Mr. Anton Doerig. What is up, brother? How are you?
Let me tell y'all out there a little story, man, and it goes a little something like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, it is yours truly once again, the corporate security translator and the author of this little book right here, So You Want to Get Into Corporate Security. Now, today I got something really special. I usually, have the opportunity to speak with some amazing folks that transition. But today I get to not only speak with somebody that transitioned from the military into law enforcement and into the corporate world, but a fellow author. This is awesome. So Anton Doerig is going to be with us today. And it's going to be, look, I'm going to tell you right now, Leadership, Safe and Secure. You got to get the book right now before we even kick this off. But I'm super excited to welcome to the show, Mr. Anton Doerig. What is up, brother? How are you?
Thank you. It's nice. I'm really excited to be here, and thank you for having you in the show. It's so wonderful day to speak with you.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that I have conversations with throughout the day, and it was, I think, for the first time ever that I said, look, we gotta schedule this again because I don't think our conversation was over. You're just kind of that guy, man, and you could feel that you want to help, you want to be involved, you want to lead people. So I'm really excited to get to a lot of the leadership stuff, man, especially kind of in the corporate, what you learn from all of that. I can't wait to get to that, but before we get there, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about your story and how'd you get to where you are today?
Okay. So just where I'm today, I'm just a expert advisor, keynote speaker, and author for leadership, safety, security stuff, and management as well. You told before, but I'm starting the security professional world as a young guy, and then moved directly to the military for 7 years. And this was a good thing. And this was a great thing to do that because you got an engagement and a board in Switzerland, in Europe, and there's a leadership style inside there, and there are golden nuggets inside during this time. But sometimes the world and your life goes another way than you are thinking about that. And this was the great turnover just from the military to the law enforcement. But I told you later a little more about that, and then getting in the corporate style, corporate environment, professional environment, safety, security, public and private. And that's a really hard thing to do that. And I guess a lot of people on your audience as well have this big chance or opportunity to do that. But it's a really hard thing to figure out that where I should go there. Yeah. It's not so easy.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. One of the biggest things that I get, Anton, which it's always interesting, it's leadership styles, and sometimes you got to have the soft approach as you come in from like the military law enforcement. A lot of the issues that I've seen with military folks or law enforcement folks when they come into kind of the corporate world, they're very direct, and they try to just get people to do things that they're supposed to do. I even wrote on my book that you can't just tell people what to do anymore. It's no longer an order. So you have to remember what the leadership was like, with the little pieces of leadership that you learn from the military law enforcement, and bring that to the corporate world. Do you think that is one of the keys of becoming a great leader in the corporate world?
You need both. You need both. But, I'm not had a lot of hair on my top here, you know that. But if I chicken skin, if I have a resonance with you at the moment there, it's so important to know both part of the side. Okay. Both things. Command and control, as well, win the hearts of the people. Win the hearts and souls of the people out there. Get them involved, get them engaged with passionate, and then get them on say that, okay, where's our mission? Where's our target, our big target? Where's your proposal as well? But I mean, if you are working hard and you do it the whole time, you have to have a great mission to win the people.
Yeah.
And that's with empathy. And that's not command and control. And that's one thing that you're in your leadership style, as well in your self-leadership. Self-leadership is so, I guess it's the basement of your house that you build. That's the thing that you have to do it first, self-leadership.
I agree, man. I agree. It's almost like you have to be very centered. You have to know thyself. You know, I always say that. Once you know thyself, I'll tell you, Anton, I didn't become I believe, a better leader until I was vulnerable. I was okay to say, hey, I don't know that. I was open to say, can you help me? I was open to say, hey, I've never been there. You know, can you guide me there? So it wasn't until then that I think I became a better leader. And sometimes you got to make that transition mentally from the military, law enforcement. There's a lot of folks that I know that came from that. They're like, hey, man, I can't tell somebody I don't know this, man. The mission may fail. You know, how do you feel about that? Absolutely.
The thing is, you have to be strong in the military environment. You have to be focused on that. What's your mission, and you have to do it. And you have to do it with, as well, it's possibility to lose your life. So if you are there and you go back to the police environment, police and law enforcement, or the other federal engagements, then you are in a transition world. It's like a twilight zone between the military and the corporate world. And that's a good thing to do and to think about that if you are going there. Because you're not in a fighting zone, but you are in a serve and protecting zone, and that's another part to do that. You have more engagement in the civilization, and then you go back or over to the corporate thing. And vulnerability is it's a part. It's self-awareness as well.
Yeah.
To show you are not the hero on your own world. You are a human on your own world with all your people around them, and only together you win the game. So if you have good days, bad days, you have horrible days or horrible times, sometimes there are terrible things to do and to go through. And that's the thing I get, that you have to accept. You are responsible for your life, private life, as well in your business life.
Right.
You are responsible for your self-leadership, and that's mean to show up. Where are you afraid of? Where are you engaged? Where are you sad about something? And communicate that with all the people around you. But you are just going, accept that not every management level are interested in your own opinion. So do it in the right way. Yeah. So it's a difference between the people they are on the front and working on front on the base, or on the upper top management level. It's not the same thing to talk about that with each people out there.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I know here in the U.S., Anton, we look at our military people as these heroes, like these big time. They can't do no wrong. They're the greatest, the most intelligent, everything. And a lot of them, they are, right? But I like how you said even heroes.
I go just in. I have to go just in here.
Yeah, no, go please. That's why.
Nobody is waiting out your own bubble of you and your engagement. Nobody knows you about outside of your own bubble. Yeah. So that means you have to go out there and think before you go out, before your lifetime or your law enforcement engagement time or your military time is on the end. You have to think 2-3 years before to engage with each other people, to engage with other networking platforms or associations and private environment. You have to go out there and think where I'm really good in.
But Anton,
and then you get it.
But Anton,
sorry for that.
No, but it's staying in my circle. Staying in my circle keeps me safe. I am comfortable in my circle, Anton. I can't go out of my. They don't speak my language. They don't move like I do. They don't talk like I do. It's scary, man, and it's scary. I think for somebody that's trying to transition out of like the military into the corporate world, man, it's scary.
Absolutely. Language is the most important thing by side the soft skills and the methodic and all this what you learned in the military or maybe as well in the law enforcement. And you have said it in the right way. And this moment that I'm just thinking about how I can get out there from the military time, on my military time, go out there in the private sector. I'm not just looking for jobs, doing something and get connected. But if you are an employer and you are looking for a new guy in your own business to maybe protect the business or to serve some safety, security stuff, business continuity, whatever, and you have the chance or the opportunity to get it between one guy is already in the civilization, I will say that, and the other one is in the military, you will choose this guy from the private sector because he already knows the language. He already knows to go out there, show up like a human in the civilian environment and not like a soldier, not like a big guy with 2-3 stars over there. Oh, it's just like a lieutenant as well. Doesn't matter, or sergeant major. It doesn't matter. But you have to do it. And you learn, and that's with your comfort zone in your own bubble. Yeah, that's one thing that the most are really don't think about that. They are just, I'm a police officer. I'm proud to be a police officer. I have my own environment, and I'm just have my free time with my friends and colleagues and as well. But one time, you will put your uniform by side, and then what are you doing? What are you? You are a human in an environment out there and not in your comfort zone. So go out, think about your hobbies, think about what you're good in, think about who knows you and which people you can get connected for a good transition. And that's the most important thing. And I can tell you another one, just really short.
Yeah, no, take your time. I'm here for you, brother. Go ahead.
And this moment that I worked in a police environment and law enforcement environment, and I had an accident and have to decide what I should do, I decided to quit, to go out there because I have family, 2 sons, wife, and I have to protect them and to look for them as well in the private thing. And so it was really hard to do that.
Right.
And then I went in the private industry. I did some further education, and that's one key. If you are in the military environment, police officer, whatever you're doing, or in fire brigade as well, go there and do further education and your interest in private. Pay it on yourself. Yeah. Do it on your own engagement, financially, timely, and personally. So, and then this moment where I get in the healthcare environment as a chief security officer, if you are survived there in the healthcare environment, you are re-socialized. If you are survived in the healthcare environment. It's the hardest thing that you can do as a police officer or law enforcement or a military guy to go into the healthcare. Because in the healthcare environment, you have birth and the death and all between. Yeah. And that's really emotional.
It is emotion. I've heard that from a lot of folks that actually came from that industry. That's a tough one to work in. The education piece, I think, if at least from what I know, every single leader I've ever met that calls themselves a leader, not a manager, because it's 2 different things. I think, as you know, right? You wrote a book about it. But anyways, the good thing about it is that they always want to learn. I mean, that's like the key thing for them. They want to learn. They want to explore. They're not afraid to be in awkward situations. A lot of them actually marvel at it. A lot of them get excited about being in weird situations or situations that puts them in a position where their back is against the wall and they got to go, okay, let's work through this. Let's make it happen. You know, it's like a soccer team playing against a very strong soccer team, and they know they're probably not going to win, but they will just come out there and do the best that they possibly can. But anyways, that's one of the things. It's learning. The learning piece is a huge part of leadership, don't you think?
Absolutely. You told that in your sentence as well. If you are in the boot camp, the military boot camp, or in the police academy, you don't know exactly what's waiting there for you. And you have to train it, and you have to do it. And to train hard as well, it's possible. There's some difference between the duration and how long you have to train and how long the police academy goes. But you have to do it, and you don't know exactly what's waiting around the corner or the next day on the next exercise or whatever. And then you are in. And then you are in, and you feel a little more comfortable. You have your friends and the guys beside you. And after that, you are really a human being, because you are just adapt, and you're looking there, and it goes slowly. It goes so slowly. You are comfortable, more comfortable, and you just do it and do it and do it, and you lost your interest for other new stuff.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Leaders are afraid as well to do new things.
Yep.
But there are interests to do new things, and they are going there with an engagement in your heart and your soul. You are writing on your title on your book. So you want to get into corporate security. You have to do it, and you have to want it, and not just talking about that.
Wow.
Walk the talk. I guess that's the most important thing in further education, in self-leadership, in team leadership, in corporate leadership, and you do it. You can manage all your agenda around you with your wife and your family. Absolutely. And all that. You have to manage that.
Man,
but you have to lead yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Two concepts, as you were saying that, I had two concepts. I remember exactly when I was going through police academy, Anton, that we had a leader, Dave, and I'll kind of probably send this to him because he's still a very good friend of mine. But he doesn't know this. He doesn't know this. That though him and I were peers, we were officers within our police academy class. I looked up to him as a leader. So at that same level, and I never told him then because I was probably young, but I should have told him then, like, hey man, I believe you're a leader. I'll follow you anywhere, and because you're my peer. Now, the great thing about even in military and law enforcement is that we all have come across that, but we just probably never said it to them, or now thinking back at it. I mean, you may even remember somebody that was your peer or even below you that was like, this person is a leader. And that's Absolutely. What I need. That's what I need in the corporate world. I mean, if I could find somebody like that to come and work for me, Anton, man, golden.
Yes, absolutely. The most thing that I get out there on your last sentence was a leader. You need a leader. You need an idol. You need mentorship. And I guess that's so a wonderful thing to be there for other people. And that's one for all leaders out there, for all department leaders or whatever division leaders or top management. If you want to win new employees for your company, or protection, personal protection, safety, business continuum management, whatever, get them involved with their interests, show them where they can do and go the way, where it's possible to do, what it's possible to create with all the people around them, with the mates and dudes around you. That's the thing. It's teamwork, and mentorship means to be open for people. You have to lead people with your own way to do it, and you have to serve them. So it's like servant leadership as well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's important to see that you give them your experience for free.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing, that you get that. And if you win the people and you have create a good team in further education, you are looking for some small gaps right there.
Yeah.
It's important to have small gaps in teams, because there are the space to go further and get further education or some schools, courses, trainings.
Wow.
If you are by side like that, so close, and everybody knows what you have to do, and you have no free space, no things that are unclear.
Yeah.
You don't have the chance to get that in a school, course, training, whatever.
I want to, people always ask me, Anton, why do people work for the Walt Disney Company? And you know, a lot of the listeners and viewers know that I was with the Walt Disney Company for 21 years. And a lot of people will ask me, how come people work for the Walt Disney Company when they pay nothing? They pay very little, okay? And I usually say, look, it's because there are great leaders out there that understand that a lot of human beings, they just want to be thanked. They just want to have the opportunity to grow within a company. They just want to have the opportunity to learn, to become more educated while within that company, and they just want to be able to be led. I love a good leader. I mean, when I see somebody walk in the room, Anton, and they're a good leader, man, I get pumped. I get excited because I'm like, I'm about to learn something here. But that's the reason why people, they don't need the money, because they have amazing folks at the Walt Disney Company that are leading these things. And I think a lot of people are willing to even stay at a job, that might not be paying well. It could be in any company. If the leadership is incredible, the opportunities are there for growth. The opportunities are there for learning. The opportunities are there where people are thanking them for a simple thing as thank you. Man, and you're right about that stuff, man.
If you are sometimes you lost people, or people are gone, maybe they're retired, or they got changed company, goes another company to work there because you have the better chance to grow. And at that moment, they call you back, or they are talking about you. He supports me everything in every situation, in every problem that I had, and he get me some advice, and he do it in the right way. So I had the chance to grow up. He supported me. He supported me to change my direction and the enterprise corporate world and another company, and he support me for that. That's our leaders. Leaders are winning heart and souls of the people and employees around you and the team members. Yeah. They are not win the heart of the company. They win the heart of the people, and that you lead with your heart and your soul. And it's just one thing for all leaders out there and for your audience. If you are not really most important thing, leadership in the highest priority in your lifetime, in the private and the professional way, you should not lead other human, because it's too hard, it's too difficult, and it's too painful. You're coming more closer and closer and closer with your people, and you have to do it in the right way. And then you get just grow up your kids. It's like grow up your kids to protect them, advise them on the way to survive out there in the shark tank of the private environment. And that's, you do that with your law enforcement guys, with your military guys. And I guess it's the thing that the most are not thinking about that. Wow. They're just saying, I'm a police officer, I'm a military officer, I stay here, I will be retired here, and I don't know, I think I don't have to think about what's coming at next. Man. You have to do that. You have to be open for new things. That's self-leadership. And I guess one thing that you are as well in your book, or in the next book.
I had to just throw some claps in there, man. I get goosebumps, man. I get goosebumps. You said something that is extremely important, and I think this is for all the military law enforcement folks. If you're going to bring something other than the soft skills, if you're going to bring something to the corporate world, is this amazing leadership that Anton just said. If you can bring the human side of leadership to freaking corporate leadership, and you're not a robot, you're a winner. I mean, you're going to do well. And you are right. It is not easy to lead human beings. There are times you're going to be disappointed. There are times you're not going to understand, man, I've done everything for these folks. What else can I do? You know, there are times that it's going to hurt. There are times that it's going to be amazing. You know, there's all these different things about leading in the corporate world that I think you just hit the nail on the head. But I wanted to add on then a couple of things to that, if you don't mind. I usually, and we got about 5 minutes left or so I'll be very quick on this one and kind of we'll start closing it out.
So short as possible.
Oh, but we'll do it again, yeah. But so here's the thing. I think there's a bunch of leaders over there, and I've written about the different types of leaders, and one of them is the GOAT, what we call here the greatest of all time. And that's the leader that wants to be the greatest of all time, and they don't listen to people behind them, they underneath them. They don't listen to people above them. They just want to be known as the best, and they don't care who they hurt, how they hurt. I think that's a horrible leader. Then there's the friend zone leader, that when you get a great leadership position, you invite all your friends to come and work with you. And the problem with that is that they're all your friends. When shit don't work out, man, you gotta deal with it. And a lot of the friends, they only know what you know, so it doesn't help your program get better or extend. There's a couple of other ones that I mentioned, but I'll just stop at those two, because I think the right play here is to be a great leader that hires the best possible person for the best possible money, that can get your program going and get you to where you want to be. And then you give them all the praise in the world. You just step back and you say, so-and-so, they're the best. So-and-so did it. So-and-so made it happen. So, I mean, that's the leader. Can we get people to lead that way?
Yes, we can do that, because you just get them the stage that you have to do that.
Yeah.
So you have another stage. Maybe you are the actress and the actor on the stage, and you are the regisseur by side, and you do it, and you manage and lead all the things. And it's the really hard part. But if you are a good leader, your spirit leads the environment. Your heart and soul, your spirit leads your environment, and people will come because they enjoy the journey, the mission, and the big picture that you're talking about that. And that's one hard thing for law enforcement and military people. For the short, clear point, they are not able to go on stage and to sell them like a salesman and sell what? The vision, the mission, and the big picture.
Man.
Why you are here, why you should join my team. It's not because you have a paycheck at the end. It's really important for everybody. It's important, but it's important to share your lifetime with me and my team to get this world better, to serve and protect whatever you want and have a good time and environment place and your working place.
I want to be inspired.
Absolutely.
That's what I want, man. I want when
Absolutely.
I'm in the meeting for work, it's not just another freaking meeting, man. I want to be inspired. I want to be inspired.
You can't be inspired with command and control.
No,
that doesn't work.
No, absolutely not. I want some amazing storytelling. I want you to share with me your passes, and I want to share with you when you to share with me when you failed. I want you to share with me when you were in a struggle. I want you to share with me, when things didn't go right. I want you, and then you tell them how you succeeded. I want a story. I want a storyline, Anton.
Damn, you have to read the book. All out there, you have to read. There are so hard things inside there, private thing. You don't talk about that normally. And there are 30 stories, I guess 280 hints and tricks and whatever. And one thing that you told her, inspired, to be inspired. What you have to do, how do you do it? Should not to do. It's better to do another way. But be natural, authentical. Go out there. Be a human being leader for safety and security people out there, and talk about and learn to sell. Learn to sell your big picture in a positive way. Be inspired.
I'll tell you, man. Look,
great time, Carlos. I really enjoyed it.
Look, leadership, safe and secure. Leadership, Safe and Secure. You could get it on Amazon right now. I got my copy on its way. Sadly, I couldn't get it right away, but it's coming, and I'm pumped up about it. But look what we talked about, man. There's a relationship in between being a passion leader and having command and control. There's a relationship there that you got to work through it. You're talking about engaging folks, Anton, like 2 or 3 years before. Get out of your bubble. Step out of it. Reach out to folks and make amazing connections that, probably lead you to that job next time. Leadership loves education. You got to be out there. And then I'm not just talking about go to college or anything. Anything you could be educated about is great. We talked about we all need mentors. And I agree with you on that, man. We all need mentors. And here's the one. Here's the one. Spirit leads your environment. Man, I'm going to start using that if you don't mind. I said, where's your spirit? Where's your spirit? I love that. Love that about you, my friend. Sadly, we're at the end. 30 minutes goes by real quick. Any last parting words?
For all out there, your journey just starts. Go ahead. Don't be afraid. Go new ways. Look for new connections, new people out there, and listen of your heart. What's it saying? Your stomach, your heart, and don't listen just on your brain. It's hard, but it's have to be like that, and you will join it. You will join it, your mission and your own big picture to tell them other people and sell them.
I love it, man.
Go out there.
I love it.
Look for your stage.
I love it. You're in. So listen, everybody. That's an amazing conversation. That was, Anton Doerig, leadership. Look, safe and secure. You got to go pick that up at Amazon. I'm telling you, it will not disappoint. And look, for myself and big time Anton, we just wanted to thank you for spending the 30 minutes here with us, enjoying this little time. And hopefully you're able to get a nugget or two out of it and share it. Share with everybody else. Remember, Leadership, Safe and Secure. That's the book that you need to pick it up. I am Carlos, also known as the Corporate Security Translator and the author of this little book here, So You Want to Get Into Corporate Security. I just want to thank everybody to stop by. Anton, thank you for stopping by, brother. And we will catch everybody on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.